A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, we would be talking about the energy exchange and the energy impact between the DM and the DF. And the runner is right now regretting for ignoring or blocking the chaser. And how is this happening is, first of all, you need to understand one thing, that the runner is a person who is getting energy and the power to run, basically content to run from the chaser itself. Every time the chaser thinks about the runner mentally and emotionally, it is felt by them. They know that this person is thinking about me, and that is what they need to run away from the chaser. That's it. So you might be thinking, then how did I even manifest this relationship? You manifested this relationship when you were actually not, maybe you had 100 other things to deal with, but you were not focused on this subject of love or relationship or partnership, or that aspect in you which makes you feel that you're not good enough. During some specific time, you were like, I am good enough, I am fine, and you were very focused on something. Maybe it was possible that you found the mission work at that time. Maybe it's possible that you went away from everything and everyone and took like a solo trip to some place for a couple of months. Maybe you started a hobby, like you started writing a book, or you started a new business. Something you did which was very bold, which was a big risk, but you took it. And that happened because you at that time were also doing ascension work. Some of you were practically doing ascension work since a long time. It doesn't matter whether you met your twin or not, but you were into it. So your focus on your inner work was really strong, and that's the time you attracted them. And you can say that whether they just swept into your life, somehow you just bumped into a party, or you met in some shop, or you met online, or you met, whatever happened, at that point in time, though they are both equally intrigued and equally enamored by each other, but divine masculine was more into her at that time, and she wasn't. And when he started showing her love, or he started behaving in certain ways, she started getting attracted towards him, and suddenly she thought that, is he the guy I can date, or is he going to be my love partner, or is my lover? And all the focus, it got shifted from her mission, from herself, from her inner work, or whatever she was doing, to this person, to the DM. And then, every time she would take the focus back on herself and whatever she's doing, he will come back, and then once again, she'll give all the focus to him. So it's just chaser's focus that is giving the fuel or the power or the energy to the runner. Simple as that. But in this channeling, the runner is not getting any such fuel energetically, emotionally, or mentally. And he's very much intrigued by what is going on in her life. He's very curious about it. He really wants to talk to her. But he's also kind of scared and jittery, because he remembers all the mean things he said to her. Or most importantly, even the mean things are not that big, because the chaser never took it personally. But what they took personally was the way they vanished, the way they blocked them or ignored them. That was the part that really hurt the chaser. Actually, because the chasers have gone through this phase, like people blocking them or friends blocking them, energetically, like family not being there for them, they go through some kind of neglect, and normally they are punished and they are neglected or they are ignored when they try to be themselves. So they have already fought so many people and so many perceptions that they just want to be themselves. But when they get into the intense connection with the DM, they don't realize any of this. And they just give in too much, like they'll either confess love in very strange ways, like 3 o'clock in the night, they will call them up and they'll just talk to them and just say that, how much they miss them. And then they'll wait, for the runner to show some affection, but before the runner would show affection, they'll get jittery. that, does he love me, does he not love me, or does he, she, you can prefix. So what is the deal with them? Or even if the runner, says that, yeah, I love you, or I want to be with you, they are not very sure about it. At that point in time, they are like, what if they betray me, or what if it doesn't work out? So they are always, there is two types of messages coming in from them. So then the runners get confused, and then so this whole thing gets solved practically. In this channeling, it is whosoever resonates with it. If you have been a chaser and you feel that you have completely let go and you don't think about them, and if you are constantly thinking about them, then you can see this channeling as a guidance also to not do so and let them be, and just not focus on anything that has to do with them. Even if it's like on social media, you are on the same application, so you're not talking to them, you're not connecting with them, but you're like once in a day or maybe in every few days, you just go and check them out, what they're doing, where they're going, where they're holidaying. It's very painful to do that, let me tell you. It's a very painful place to be in. Because when you do such a thing, when you're checking onto others, energetically you're sending out a signal that they are not a part of your life. You don't need to check on someone, or you don't need to even get a validation for their feelings when you are 100% sure that they do feel for you and they are a part of your life, no matter what happens in other situations. This will only happen when you change your beliefs. So how they say for belief system, that believe is what you think. What you think, you feel, and what you feel, you know, right? So that's the reason why you need to change how you think, because what you're thinking right now is not really yielding to anything, right? Now what happens is, in this situation, what's happening energetically is that the runner, this is not the time when he wants to contact the chaser, by the way. This is the energy when they are getting intrigued by them and they're actually regretting and repenting the blocking and the ignoring part, not the other things, because even they know by now that everything else was okay. Like, in all these days they have learned from their experiences in their matrix reality that fights are normal, arguments are normal, differences are normal, and all couples have differences. All healthy and happy couples have differences, they have boundaries, and at the same time they accept one another. They don't go like, oh my god, this person, is acting like this, I can't take it anymore. They don't do that. They say, yeah, this is how their nature is. So they accept the other person much better. And they acknowledge as well. But if they don't like something about them, they don't have to really please them. They don't have to be like, yeah, I am doing this and I'm doing this out of my liking, or I'm doing this out of my disliking. Their love does not have any effect. That's why even when they argue, even if they fight, it doesn't matter. They can be authentic in front of each other. So he learns this during the separation, that she was actually quite authentic with me. She did not hide anything. But I was the one who judged her, and I was the one who got scared of her, that I was the one who got freaked out. And in my freaking out, I overreacted. I overran. They don't want to do it anymore, and they just want to, maybe they'll unblock, or maybe they'll just, they'll start checking you out more. And maybe if this goes on for a while, like energetically, if the chaser completely, in this channeling, this is what the progression looks like, that if this person is thinking this way, then if the chaser continues to focus on their own things and they practice mindfulness, they are aware of the present moment, they are there where they are, then eventually they will also talk to them and they'll try to communicate with them. For them, communication is a big deal because they never knew how to communicate properly. So that's the reason why a lot of you feel that, why are they talking to me? Why aren't they communicating? Is it okay if I communicate then? Again, it's the same thing. Like, when you're stalking someone's profile, It's because you feel that they're not a part of your life, and then you would want to do something about it. Now, masculine should be like that and feminine should not be like that. There's nothing wrong in doing something for people, but this journey is such, twin flame dynamic is such, that the feminine is not supposed to focus on the masculine at all. Only then the masculine will focus on her. So this is what the energy of this channeling also is. So this is where I'm going to close the channeling. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.